Alright folks, well welcome in. This is your host Digester. So thank you so much. We got a nice quick peek there at a little bit of action, a little bit of talk about about the Tiger tank there in World War II, and hopefully that'll inspire us in our mission we're going to be doing. So I've been doing some campaign series games, tutorial missions on my YouTube channel, and of course here on my Twitch channel. And I decided to go ahead and do another. I've been promising them for a while, and so I decided, well, I've got a little bit of time tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and start another mission for you guys here. So before we get into that, I've got a few announcements here. So first things first. So Tigers on the Hunt, ASL night, Friday, March 11th, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let everybody know, Tigers on the Hunt, ASL night, Friday, March 11th, 2016, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, you're going to be coming to my channel right here, Twitch TV/IDJester. They're going to be posting more information tomorrow on the Matrix Games website. So if you know anybody that's interested in ASL, we're going to be playing, obviously, Tigers on the Hunt. But we're going to be using the ASL modules and scenarios and everything, and kind of trying to get everybody that is interested in ASL to come watch Tigers on the Hunt and see if it would be something they would be interested in, and really would like to get the word out. So if you know anybody that likes ASL, or if you know if you can post anything on any of the forums or whatever, ASL night, Friday, March 11th, 2016, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there you go. So if you come to my channel and watch this video, you are up to date on everything. So, as I mentioned, I've been doing some campaign series, games, some tutorial missions and such, and decided to go ahead and do another one. So hopefully our introductory video there, talking about the Tiger tanks, are going to inspire us on to greatness in our mission here. So I do need to adjust the volume. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to adjust the volume in the game way down to 50%, because I know the volume, there's no volume controls in the game. So hopefully this won't be too loud for us, but we'll see what happens here. So obviously John Tiller's campaign series, Eastfront, Westfront, Rising Sun, and of course with our introductory there on the East Front with the Tiger tanks and all of the Russian vehicles. We're going to be playing an Eastfront mission here, so apologize for the sound. Jeez, it's loud. Actually, let's adjust this as well now that for some reason the sound. Whoa! Oh, wait a minute. Now I didn't even choose a mission. What are you doing to me? Go back. Go back. Thank you, yes I know. Let's go out and start again. Sorry about that. No, we don't want to save a new one. Okay. Well, you're going to be a pain tonight, aren't you? I see how you're going to be. Let's go back to play a scenario. Start a new game here, Alright, so this is the mission we're going to be playing. Surprise Party. In June 1944, the Russian army took the offensive in attempts to drive the German army into the small, isolated pockets. So that's what we're going to be doing here. Okay, so apologize for the sound. Again, not much I can do. I've adjusted it in my Twitch stream, so hopefully it's not too loud for you guys there, but that music is a little crazy. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to be playing as the Axis, and we're going to be playing the Allied as computer, and we're going to be doing it with Fog of War. So we've been doing some tutorial missions with everything visible, so you guys can understand the complexities of the system and how to play it, things to think about and such. But we've been doing it with Fog of War on, so we can see the enemy units. Now we're going to be playing it without able to see the enemy units. We have no idea where they're at. As far as rules go, we are going to use we are not going to be using anything else, I think, for right now. There's a lot of good options here, but we're not gonna try and do too much. We're still just trying to get everybody used to the system. So I still want you to be able to see what's going on, but I don't want to be able to see the computer units on the board so that you can understand the tactics behind saving some of those very valuable action points. So there we go. Alright, so in this mission, basically what we have here, let me zoom out a little bit here. We have looks like two German columns, one in the north, one in the south, coming in, and we have to take over some hexes over here, which are of course Russian controlled. And looks like we got two 50 pointers, a 25, and a 75 pointer. So again, we don't know where any of the units are. So we're going to have to take that into consideration before we just go bailing forward. Now it's going to be a little tougher for us because we don't know where all their units are, and it should make the game a little bit more interesting to understand the process behind what you should try to do and what you shouldn't try to do. So first thing we're going to do, obviously, is going to look at our victory conditions. Alright, so we need a major victory that's 150 points, minor victory is 75. So we need at least 75 points, but 150 is our goal. If we look at our victory point calculations here, this is 25 and 75 is 100, and 50 and 50 is 100. So we can get 200 points worth of victory points. We need to get 150 of those. Minus, of course, our losses, and of course, plus the units we destroyed. So, I want to keep that in mind. So, obviously, we would like to get all of these hexes. So, the next thing we want to definitely look at, and let me. I'm going to turn off the background sounds. Okay. Oh my God, seriously. It's like everything that could go wrong is going wrong with this video. Sorry about that, folks. Anyways, alright. So, we're going to try to take these positions, obviously. We've got to keep our losses to a minimum. You can see we have quite a few different units here, all the way back to the back here, and of course all the way to the front. So we're going to learn some good tactics, hopefully, and use them and proceed from what we learned in our tutorial trainings. If you haven't watched these videos, I would highly recommend you do that. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is, it's like it didn't save anything. Oh my gosh. Alright, so what we want to do is actually go into highlight colors, and yeah, I did switch it to green. So now that things like disrupted units or all that information, these units should highlight with a nice green border when I click on a hex, so it might be easier for you guys to see. So that was one recommendation I heard from one user out there. And so speaking of users, I would like to give a big shout out to Big Ivan, is what he's known on the Matrix forums as. He's been helping me wrap my head around a few things here in the Combat Series. He's a big Combat Series player, so he's been giving me some tips and tricks and information. So hopefully one of the things he suggested was to make the highlight colors a little easier for people to see. So anytime you see things now highlighted in green, that of course is going to be important. We're going to add in our little bars there, so each of our units has their little bars. What else are we going to be? We're going to be clicking on a whole bunch of things eventually. But, alright, let's take a look at our units here. So we have, it looks like a SPW 250/9. Of course, we can hit F2 to bring up the information about it, all the details, and of course find out the range. Blue range is soft targets. Red is for hard targets. Is that correct? Am I correct on that? I'd be embarrassed if I wasn't. Let's see here. Let's look at this guy here. Yeah. Okay, so he's much better against red than he is blue. So red is hard. Blue is for soft targets. Okay, good thing. Alright, so you can see this guy here, and let's look at him real for a second here. So you see range 1 and 2, not very much firepower against hard targets, but it does pretty good against soft targets. Not too bad. Obviously, we like to get in that 3 to 4 range category and give them a pretty good chance of doing some damage to the enemies. We have, what do we have up here? Looks just like a Panzer Grenadier Squad. F2, please. Thank you. There we are. Alright, again, this we have a hard target that's right adjacent to us. We're not going to do much damage to it at all. And soft targets, not too bad. More importantly, we're going to be looking at some of our important Panzer 6E Tiger tanks. So this is what that introductory video was all about, the Tiger tank. Hopefully you got a chance to check that out. And we're going to look at this bad boy. Look at that damage, 32, and still, even at range 16, it does some pretty good amount of damage. So obviously, if we can get within maybe 20 hexes or less of an enemy unit, they're going to be in big trouble. This tank is a powerhouse. So we don't have on the optional rule. I should mention, we do not have on the armor facing rule. So we'll get to that. We're going to get all these eventually highlighted in, but we're going to take, baby steps here. So the baby step today, which is kind of a big step actually, is not being able to see your enemy's units. So you can't plan your tactics ahead of time. Looks like we have a truck here, just a simple old little truck. And it's got an empty helmet there, which means that he's not transporting any unit. If you look at the rest of our trucks here, you can see this is another truck. This is carrying a unit because the helmet is full on there. And to find out what unit he's carrying, all we have to do is right click on it, and we can see it's a machine gun platoon. So we got a machine gun platoon in that. Let's see what's in this one. Looks like another Panzer Grenadier squad there. Let's see what's in this truck. We got an 81 millimeter mortar, so that's good. Oh, that's not points on that guy. Sorry. What do we have in this hex? We have a battalion headquarter, and we have a SPW 251/16. So that looks like the battalion headquarters there. We can, of course, turn on command range. And if we zoom out, you can see it's got quite a bit of command range. But unfortunately for us, most of our attacking is going to be over there, which you can see was outside our command range. So we need to move this guy up to a good position, probably somewhere on the road, maybe in this location, once we move these units forward. So we definitely want to keep everyone in command so they can get some nice supplies, because supplies is very important. So actually, can I replay? What if I go to replay? What is? You want to see it? No, it's not. I bet you that just brings up a I'd have to start the scenario over. Alright, that's fine. We'll just keep that little move, but I did by accident. Alright, let's click on another unit here. We got some units to the south here. Let's find out what they are. We'll turn off the command range there. We got, looks like a Panzer Grenadier. Another truck that's not carrying anything. We have an PSW 234/2. So let's take a look at what this thing can do for us. It's got a nice little cannon on the front. Looks like it's a little bit of armored vehicle there. Yeah, and it does, within, I would say, the first 6 or 7 hexes, it does okay damage. Nothing too great. And not too great against infantry, but it does have a range of 9. So, it can shoot out at enemies pretty good there. So that's all good. Let's see what else we have in here. We have looks like a tank leader here, Lieutenant Carius, which is, I believe, in this thing here. Now, if we turn on command range, okay, Alright, so his leadership and all of his bonuses are going to be there listed, so that's good. He's stacked with another one of our Tiger, what is it, a 6E, another Tiger tank there. We have another truck with Panzer Grenadier Squad. We have, oops, this is what happened last time. Another 81mm mortar. I did the same thing with this guy. Okay, stop. We have the Italian headquarters, which is, you can see another command radius there. We want to keep that thing safe and alive. And looks like another leader there as well. Alright, so we're just getting a gist of what we have going on here. Alright, so as we talked about, hopefully you watched in our introductory videos, we played through the default scenarios. Some of the important aspects, of course, is the command points and how to manipulate them. So one of the most important things is obviously field of vision. So we can assume there's going to be obviously some Russians up here. So if we were to click on a hex and we were to say toggle visibility, we can see if there's units in this hex. They can see down in here. They can't see in this area. They can't see in this area over here. We click on the town hex here, or I guess the suburbs. Again, you can see what they can see. So figuring out where your opponent might be and what they can see obviously is going to be very important. So we could pretty much know we can move up to this location without having to worry about becoming attacked by the enemies, hopefully. Same thing in the north we want to figure out. You see this hex here is surrounded by an orchard, a village, rubble, more villages and everything. So you can't see, anybody in this hex can't see anything. But they can see in the village. Okay, so if they're positioned here in the village, they can see us. Same thing here. Orchard hex there. This is rubble is blocking line of sight. So you can kind of see that if we come around this way, down this path, anybody that's kind of down in this neck of the woods won't be able to see us. So that has its advantages and kind of some disadvantages, because obviously if we can't see them, we can't shoot at them either. But since we are the attacker, we probably want to get our units into position first and then decide what we need to do with them from there. So one of the most important things we need to do actually is go to reinforce and go to scheduled. Looks like we've got nothing scheduled for reinforcements and nothing has arrived. So it looks like we're pretty much, nothing's being released. So we're pretty much what we have is what we have. So if we actually read the text, it talks about basically you're assaulting this village, and then the Russians are going to be sending in some reinforcements later on. So our goal, I think, if we look at our that's not it. If we look at our scenario information, it's 14 turns. There's slight haze, visibility 17 hex, plenty of hexes. Oops. Display scenario information again. Alright, ground assault, visibility, 14 turns. So what we're going to try to do is rush in here, maybe with our forces, and try to capture this as quickly as possible, and try to try and secure as much of it as we can before the reinforcements arrive. Because once the reinforcements arrive, obviously it's going to be even tougher to gain a foothold. So we don't want to just move our Tiger tanks up and get them shot at close range. There could be units sitting right here we don't even know about. So we're going to scout around a little bit and see what we can figure out. So obviously we got one right here. So there is a lot of rubble and a lot of, this is like a close in fighting. You can just see every hex I click on, you can only see adjacent hexes. So this is really good for infantry to get in there and start fighting amongst all of the rubble and everything else. I'm not sure we really want to get our vehicles involved in too much of that. In fact, some of our vehicles I don't even think can go in rubble hexes. And you can see some burned up vehicles and such from a previous battle. So obviously not good to get in there. Notice we only have a strength of 2, which represents 2 vehicles. So we don't have a lot of firepower. Looks like, yeah, another 2 tanks here. So we got to keep everything we can without losing it. So I guess we're going to start moving some units now. Now that we have a good idea of what we should be doing, I think we're going to bring our infantry down in this. Kind of make a push with our infantry this way, bring our vehicles maybe up and around up to here. So if we look at this hex, you can see, again, until we get way up to the north, they can't see us. Of course, if they have units here, they can see us, and here, but anything stuck behind that line is going to be in trouble, and then they're not going to get much of a bonus being in the orchard. So let's proceed and see how we go. So move that guy up there. I'm going to move 1 hex at a time. Alright, so we did an attack, and this is why I wanted to keep this information. So again, you guys, if you're still learning the system, trying to figure everything out, I don't want to just go from giving all the information to giving nothing. I want to kind of take you through the steps so you can learn as you go. Alright, so it looks like, of course, they fired at us. All the attack values and the defensive values, and of course it had no effect. He shot at us again, same result. And now a tank is shot at us. And fortunately for us, no effect. Good. It's a T-34 tank, T-34 M43 to be exact. And notice they have used up a lot of their defensive fire. You notice their action point bar is pretty low, so we know they're not going to be able to do too much else to us, which is awesome. Now, remember, if we hit F2, we can always go in and look at our... Remember, we can actually attack adjacent tanks with our squad, and actually have a 16 firepower, which is pretty reasonable. They're basically, at that point, kind of assaulting the tank with grenades and anti-tank grenades and whatever else they might have to throw on the tank. So only a range of 1, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, one range of 1. So we might take a chance at this. Although you know, here comes in some of the strategies that we're looking at here in campaign series. You know, what we want to do is we want to click on this hex and see if we want to attack this guy, where do we have to be? So if our Tiger tank wants to come up and shoot at him, where can he shoot? Well, he can shoot from this hex, but this is rubble, so we don't want to go in there. This is rubble, we don't want to go in there. We'd have to go into this hex, or this hex, or this hex. Now this hex absolutely is marsh. I don't believe we want to go in the marsh either. If we come into this hex, we still can't see the tank. So we're going to have to move our Tiger tank down here if we want to attack this unit with our Tiger tank or any of our other vehicles. So the question is, do I want to bring my Tiger tank way down here to attack him, or do I want to have my Tiger tank continue down the path here? This thing here, let's take a look at its values again. Not too good against armored. Very, very poor actually. Only like a 4 and maybe a 3 value versus hard. So it's not very good against hard targets. This is a scout car. Alright, so you can see its action points up here. And of course all of his stats. If we played with the extreme fog of war in, we would have just question marks here. So again, I just want to give you guys some more information so you can understand the thought process behind what we're doing here. Taking that tank out would be awesome with our infantry. It has some pretty good firepower against a, well, we could try to take this guy out as well. Scout car. Let's see what else we have here. We have our truck, which is empty. So what is an empty truck possibly doing in this scenario? Well, if we get it destroyed, we're going to lose victory points, I believe. Let's see, are they actually worth victory points? I don't know if it'll actually even tell us. Yeah, victory points per squad point. So it has 4 squad points worth. So we can lose 12 points just by having our trucks killed. So we don't want to get our trucks killed, but we can use them for us to transport units around. But most of our units are already in trucks, or they're already kind of up in the front lines and doing some things. So what else can we use these trucks for? Well, one thing we can do is, you notice back here, we have an 81 millimeter mortar. Well, a truck can help spot. I believe a truck can help spot for our mortar unit. So that's one thing it can do. We certainly don't want to get it in too much trouble because it's victory points that we don't want to give up for free. Alright, so back to our decision here. What else do we have? We have our Sergeant Sticker and our Panzer. You notice our Panzer morale and defense are going up because of the leader stacked with him. Look at our Panzer here. He's got a morale of 9 and a defense of 12. This Panzer here has a morale of 8. Okay, yeah, it's not actually adjusting his defense. Sorry about that. It's just his morale. Looks like that's getting affected, which is obviously going to be an important thing to keep in mind. All right, so yeah, we've done a lot of talking and a lot of not really moving counters around, but you know, this is the thought process that goes into becoming and playing this game. You can't just jump in and just start moving units around like I did, and probably many of you that are watching this did, where you're just clicking on things and just moving units around. Hey, I want this tank, I want to come over and shoot this guy. Well, you move them into bad hexes, you don't have line of sight because you haven't looked at, you know, where to go and what units can see what and where. And then you go to move the tank over there, and then he doesn't have a shot, so it's a wasted turn and all that. And you end up losing the scenario, and then you get mad and frustrated. So, I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to shoot at this bad boy. And look at that! Excellent. Very good. And the only reason I did that is because of the information that I looked at. We eliminated that T-34 with our brave Panzer Grenadiers. And I wouldn't, you know, normally if you're looking at squads shooting at armored vehicles, you're like, nope, I'm not going to do it. They're not going to do any damage. But because we spent the time and investigated looking at the different numbers and the range effects and the attack power and everything, it was well worth it. Alright, so I'm not going to waste my Tiger tank on a stupid scout car. I think my Tiger tank is much too more important for this. So the other important thing, obviously, we talked about is display hexes that we can move into. And you can see these are all the highlighted hexes we can move into. So it looks like we can go down and through the orchards here, but you can see that the rubble hexes, and what is this hex here? That is, yeah, that's rubble. These are all rubble. Looks like we can go into the suburbs. That's rubble, more rubble, etc. And you just notice how when we go down the road, we have extra movement down in here. So I'm thinking, thinking of bringing my Tiger tank down this way because it's pretty beastie. Again, I think if we look at our defense of 12, he should be able to do, you know, resist a couple attacks, hopefully, unless they get you know, lucky shots, which of course happens. But what we want to do is we want to be able to move down, and we want to be able to shoot if we spot something. So of course what we want to do is we want to down here, you'll notice the text down here that says toggle firing costs set aside. So we want to set aside our firing costs. So if we move up here and there's a tank, we have a chance to shoot at it before it can blow us up. So we want to toggle that. And you notice our range goes way down. Now I can't just come up here and wait. So what I'm going to do is alright, what I think I'm going to do is put him here and see if he sees it. And I think we'll do, oh, there we go. So good thing we saved our points to attack. So it looks like a T-34 jumped out at us. And so now we can turn off our display visible hexes, which is this one there. There we go. So now we have a good chance. Now, because we've saved our firepower, we are up against, what are we up against here? Do we know? Let's take a look at it. It is... Oh, so we can't actually, no handbook information with Fog of War's effect. That's good. So we can't actually figure out exactly what this is, but we know that our unit is the big old Panzerkampf 5E heavy tank, better known as the Tiger tank. And we know that this boy is a beast at range 1. At range 1, it's going to be doing 32 attack power. So hopefully we get a shot in at this guy and kill him right off the bat. So let's, looks like he's got 2 T-34s there. We just eliminated one of them and we disrupted the other one. Yay, go us. Alright, and looks like he doesn't have enough movement points to fire, or enough action points to fire again. So you can see when I do it, it says down here in the white text, does not have enough action points to fire. We can see that by the little bar anyways, or we can see up here. This little indication here shows you how many points it costs to fire. So if you don't have at least that many, you can quickly see that you can't fire. We know this poor chap here doesn't have any action points left. You can see that, or just barely. He's not going to be able to fire. And of course, all this stuff would be grayed out if we had the Fog of War. But, you know, we're not at that point yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and take him out, get up close to him, and shoot him. No effect. And no effect. He wasn't very good against vehicles, but I figured if we got him up adjacent, maybe he could do something. That's alright, we still got other guys to worry about. So we're going to double click the hex. You notice when I double click the hex, both units are selected. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to figure out where to bring these guys. I'm wondering if I should help support. No, I don't think that's the right decision. So let's toggle set power. Oh, there we go. Look at that. So we could bring them up. You notice the little bullet. That's your cue right there. If you're not sure if you set it right, if he's got the little bullet, that means he's saving enough action points to fire. We can actually bring him up right there. And of course, I'm going to take that visibility off so we can see us. Oh, the other guy. Disruption. Disruption is pretty good, and he's got not enough firepower there left. But it looks like our leader is now supporting both of our units that are in that hex. That is good for us, obviously. Give us better morale, recover from disruption and everything. Alright, so our truck, we're not willing to do anything with that yet. Alright, so what do we have here? We have a machine gun platoon. Alright, so what we want to do with this guy is we want to figure out where he can go, where he can move to, but I also want to keep enough points so we can unload the units and see where you can go. So we can still go all the way up here and then unload the units. And what if we set firing costs? Yeah, he doesn't have firing costs. We can't, so we can't do this. All right, so let's bring him here. Unload him. We're going to take our machine gun platoon, and we're going to take a look at these guys. So our machine gun platoon. Nickname, no nickname. Sorry, you're just machine gun platoon. Again, not so good against armor, so that's unfortunate, but very good against infantry. So unfortunately, I'm probably going to move this guy into the village and get some protection for him. There we go. And of course, tugging on the visibilities, which I believe is this H, right? Yes, H. All right, so I just have to remember that. So we still have this little punk to worry about here. We'll get to him. What's in this guy? This guy has got a Panzer Grenadier. All right. So we know the Panzer Grenadier is this unit here. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at these guys with this. So yeah, good value against vehicles. So I'm willing to take a chance. We're going to bring this guy up. Again, we're going to set aside unloading. Right? Did I do it? Did I click it? Yes, it's a little button there. Okay. So so we can still bring them up into here and unload them, or here, or even into here and unload them. So let's do that. Nope, nope, wrong one. This one. Thank you. Alright, unfortunately, we don't have enough points left, and our trucks are in danger with this guy. So we should really start to do something about that guy, shouldn't we? Trucks, we'll worry about him in a minute. Mortar unit. Again, we have to figure out where we want to position this guy, either direct fire or indirect fire. So indirect fire, we can position him in the back as long as one of our units has visual on the hex. We can, lob our stuff in there. If he had direct line of sight, that would even be better. So where can we... I believe this is V. Yes, V. So we'd have to put them way up in the tree line over here if we wanted to bombard this hex. Alright, so let's start moving this guy up. So let's go to H for reachable hexes. We don't want this guy to take damage. We don't want this little punk doing something. We don't want to move him into this hex. This tank might shoot him. I guess we'll bring him up to the village. He'll be in a good position for down this path next turn. Alright, what do we have over here? We have our battalion headquarters being protected by... Alright, and you guys can make it all the way up here. Let's put you guys in... Alright, so that is our northern flank finally done. It's taking a while, but again, I'm trying to go through things a little bit slower here. Alright, so down the south, same thing. We're going to figure out what hexes can you go into. You. Yes, you. Thank you. So you can make it up to this forest here. You can make it across. You can make it into this trench, but you can't make it into this trench. This is a TR, which I believe stands for trench. I could be wrong on that, but so what are we going to do? We could try to double time and maybe move into another hex. Let's see what we can do with the old double time. Initiate double time. Oop, somehow I got unselected there. Alright, so double time. Yeah, so now we can bring them up into this hex. Now, is it worth it? Because what we want to do is we want to check our visibility from this hex. So yeah, this hex gives us visibility over here and into that actual hex there, which means he's probably going to receive some defensive fire when he moves in there, which might be good because when we bring our vehicles up, they won't have as much defensive fire for us. So, oh, hey, Halo. We have a T-34 sitting here, unbeknownst to us. That's crazy. Okay, well, T-34, I'm glad you defensive fired on our poor Panzer Grenadiers. Again, what do we have over here? Just a truck for vision. Okay. Well, let's bring our bad boy up right here. Next to him. Eliminate one and force him to retreat. And we don't have enough for another attack. That's rather unfortunate. But we scared him off. So we're gonna. I mean, I can move up here, but then when it's his turn, he'll have a closer attack on us. Unless, of course, we can move up here. Take a disruptor, so that's a good thing. And not enough, but we do have enough movement points to move if need be. Now you, where can you go? You can go to a lot of places. You're a quick little sucker, aren't you? Wow, you are a quick little sucker. Okay, so... Oh, Jesus. That's one thing I don't like about... One thing I don't like is you think that it's going to do like go into this hex and then over here. You click on the hex and it goes zoom, goes all the way around, which was crazy. Could have cost us. If there was a tank sitting out here, it could have defensive fired and blown us up. So obviously we can't go through that hex. We're going to have to go around this way. So he drove through there. Okay. You're out of movement points. Okay. Alright, what do we have in you? We have in you a Panzer Grenadier. So, do we want to actually... no, not vision. I want range. I'm just wondering, can I bring him over here to help? Nope, but I can bring him down here, I guess. So, let's toggle to be able to unload. I'm going to go to shorter spurts this time. Or do we want to unload him here? I think we want to unload him here, so let's do that. Unload, thank you. Alrighty. And we're going to start moving this truck just back a few spaces just to get him out of the way. Now what do we have here again? I think it's a... Yes, a mortar. Okay, so let's see. Oh, you don't have. Oh, yes, because I did my little zoom back and zoom forward. Major. The only thing I'm not 100% sure on, I know the leaders. I think a leader is either for infantry or vehicles. I don't think they do both, but I could be wrong on that. I'll have to double check with all my helpers that are helping me. We'll bring our major right up. Right up there. Let's see, did he give us a bonus? No, but see, he's not giving a bonus to his morale. So I think this must be a... not 100% sure on that. I have to, like I said, I'm sure if you know, just post in the comments below. So now we got our battalion headquarters. We want to get it up as close as possible without putting it in danger because we don't want to move it again. But we want it close enough that it can help support. Spike command range. See? So you can see once our units get into these other hexes, we're going to have to move. It's unfortunate. Okay. You can disable that. Alright, so... did you guys have enough movement to move? Okay. We're going to bring him out in the open because if this guy spends time shooting at him, then he's not shooting at our tanks, which is good, number one. And number two, if he shoots and doesn't move, then we can assault with our Panzer Grenadiers again. And you notice up here how well we did with that assault. So if we look at our status at the end of the first turn, we're actually 18 points up already. So we've already come to a draw just by killing their units. And doing an awesome job at that. Alright, so we got this truck. Yes, we do need to move this truck. We're probably just going to use these guys again for mission. In the middle of the fight, obviously, there are. Let me just make sure I don't have any other units hidden. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit. Look at our 2D views. All the different views you can look at. Alright, I think we're done for the first turn, so we can go turn next. We'll save this as battle number 1. Battle number 1, Allied player turn 1 of 14. Alright, so it looks like scout car shot and disrupted our vehicle here. No effect, and forced it to retreat. So our little scout car retreated, but it's now, this poor guy didn't move, he didn't do anything, he's surrounded by our units. Fortunately, he wasn't able to attack anything else, so that's all good. His T-34 shot at us, actually disrupted us. What? With our leader there and everything? Yeah, sure did. T-34 shot at our Panzer Grenadiers with no effect. So we should be able to see where that guy shot from now. Motorcycle platoon shot at us. No effect, no effect. Now we hear some movement. We saw some little bit of movement. Some movement back here. Regimental headquarters. Alright, so 2 headquarters I'm able to provide supplies because we moved them. 1 unit is low in ammo, 1 unit recovered from being disrupted, which was our Panzers. Good. So we're now on turn 2 of 14. So we do have this pain in the butt here. Looks like he saved enough action points. So first things first, we're going to shoot with just this 1 tank. And he's at a distance of 2 spaces away. So let's just analyze and see, is it worth moving up? No, because we're not going to gain much. If we would have a big drop off there, if we move up, range of 1 to range of 2, if there was like a big drop off, maybe from 32 down to 20, then it might be worth risking. But in this case, you can see our pretty much a straight stairs up and down, which means every space you go forward, you go down 1 space, so it doesn't matter. Obviously, you'd like the closer the better, but it's not worth risking it. So we will take a shot. He's only got 1. Eliminated. Thank you. Thank you, me. Alright, so again, we don't really what we want to do is see where can you go to. Okay, so I'm moving here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen 3 here and a morale of 8. Well, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little leader dude, my major here, and see if I move him in there. Oops, you. Move in there. Yeah, went up to 9. So he must be a vehicle leader, I believe, is what we're dealing with. So vision. Now vision's important. If I go into this hex, I can see a lot more. We don't have enough movement, we don't have enough points left to shoot. So let's go ahead and just move. You guys, you cannot move there. Well, it shows you can. Insufficient action points. Really? Oh, I bet you one of them can move in there. One of them doesn't have enough. That's fine. Let's see what kind of vision we have. Nice vision there now. All right, let's bring up our. Let's bring up this PSW 234/2. I need to get a better name. What is that? Does he have a nickname? Puma. That's right. They're the Puma. Archad 8-wheeler, the Puma. Awesome looking vehicle, yeah. I always like the look of these things. Alright, so we've got, we can go like halfway across the board, but unfortunately I don't think we're going to be able to go that far because he's got units around. We just have to figure out where they are. Alright, so we're going to go slow. We're not going to do anything crazy here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave enough action points for him to defensive fire when it's their turn. That is, I think, the number one thing I think I did and a lot of players do is they use up all of their action points, which means during their opponent's turn, their opponent does whatever they want and you can't do anything about it. You can't disrupt them, you can't shoot at them, you can't do anything. So make sure you leave some units. There's no need for me to push forward here, wasted all my action points, and then have him just shoot at me when it's his turn, and I can't do anything about it. Alright, so you guys, where can you go? Well, you guys can go quite a bit too, can't you? I wonder if we should circle around this way. Let's do it. Oh, Jesus criminy. Okay, I got to go in smaller increments. I forget. The computer, sometimes the AI, and what it was going to do was going to drive all the way down this road, and then down this road, and then get to this spot here, instead of coming across the way I thought it should. So I have got to learn to, that's a good thing to know. Alright, so we have, what do we have over there? It looks like a T-34, yeah. Another one hiding out in the bushes there. So we could either take a shot at it right now, which we have enough action points for, or we can save them and use them as defensive fire. But he's at 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces away. He does have the woods. There's only one of them. We'll take a shot. Alright, well, we disrupted him. That's good. And he shot back at us, but disrupted units are at half firepower, so not nearly as good. Alright, so now our Panzer Grenadiers are going to move into this one. Oh, we have another T-34. Alright, Panzer Grenadiers go into, okay. He's going to shoot again, no effect. Alright, you go into this. Oh, can't go in that hex. There's somebody there, huh? Alright, so again, normally we would see just question marks here. If we had it on the higher fog of war settings. What is our Panzer Grenadiers values? Assault of 20. Alright. Of course, you can set up, let's say I had a unit here and a unit here. I could add that before I resolve the attack, but in this case, I'm going to go ahead and resolve it right now. And defenders have been overrun. Yay! Go us. Alright, so you guys, let's get rid of, let's see what you can see now. You can see a lot more for us. That's good. Unfortunately, they just don't have enough action points to be able to fire. So we're just going to leave them right there for now. Again, the trucks. Alright. Let's go even here to give some vision radius, a different if they bring units across there. We'll have some nice vision across there. What is this? That is our mortar unit, right? Yes, our mortar that we spent last time goofing up on. So again, visibility is the most important thing. So we could put this guy way back over here. He would still have a line of sight to anything that's in there. So that is important to know. Very important to know. So now where can you guys go? We'd like to get you right in this area so you can just bomb, blow up. But you don't have very much movement for some reason. Can you can go through here. Can't go there. Can't go there. You must have to stay on the roads, I think. Is that... Let's unload them. Let's unload. Toggle unload. Do we use all of our... Yep, does not have enough action points. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Alright, we have another Panzer Grenadier squad. Let's start moving this guy up. Do we want to bring him? Yeah, I think we do. Oh, he does out action points. Maybe next time we'll start walking him through the forest. Again, the two biggest things. This is my tip for you guys. Two biggest things for players. Number one is they try to get everything done in 2 turns when they have 14 turns to do it. There's no sense in me. I mean, in this case, we're trying to get these within the first maybe 8 or 9 turns. So that way when his reinforcements come on, speaking of reinforcements, we have none. We have none arrived. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. You should always check that. So when his reinforcements do arrive, we've already have these locations, so now we're the defender. So that's what we're trying to do. But we don't need to do that in 2 turns or 3 turns. We just need to slowly work our way up. Alright, so what are we doing down here? We're trying to kill this stupid scout car. Panzer Grenadiers did pretty good last time. Oh, he's got 3 of them in there? 3 scout cars, huh? We could try to assault them. That would be... I hate to waste our time with this. I really do. Let me take a look at what this guy's... range 1. Okay, so he's only good against vehicles range 1. Oh, he's a flamethrower tank. Aha. So he's going to have to be close. I did not realize 251/16 was a flamethrower tank. So that's going to be interesting. He's got no shots left, so we can do whatever we want without him. Okay, you? Are you disrupted? What is... Yes, you become disrupted. You are making me sad. You are the mortar, yes. Okay, so first things first, we got to take care of this tank that's in our way. Okay, you retreated. We got another one that disrupted us. Really? Wow. Disrupted you. How do you like them apples? Alright, now we'll bring this guy out. No effect. Good try. No effect. Oh, no effect. Really? All that shooting and we had no effect. We ended up killing one of his units though, so that was important. Oh, there's another. Good try. So we can get some additional. So, do we want to go in the orchard or do we want to go in the village? Let's go into the village. Oh my god, reduced by 2 and disrupted me. Are you kidding me? No effect. No effect. You got to be out of... Alright, we reduced him by 1 and disrupted him. Now, more importantly, can we... cannot assault. So we need another squad over here. Can you guys... you don't have enough either. Alright, machine gun platoon. Can you shoot him, please? The time to get your enemy is when he's disrupted. That is very, very good. Alright, so... You guys are just empty trucks. You're empty trucks. You're, more importantly, you are our... Yeah, we're not at the point where to set up our... Possibly what we should do is... Can we F2 that? No, we have to have the unit outside the vehicle. That's unfortunate. I was gonna try and find out what the best range for that guy was. But you can see line of sight's going to be an issue here. But fortunately, we got lots of units in there, so maybe we do have this. That's right. Perfect. Damn it. Not quite enough. Boy, we're up there. He's got to be scared now. Alright. Oh, he's disrupted. He's not coming. That's right. Alright, we're going to toggle enough. Toggle unload cost set aside. Alright. So we want to bring them up and unload them. The question is, where are we going to do that? It's going to have indirect firepower, which is not... ideal. Not ideal. I'm going to just... Because it's a dirt path. I got it. Okay, so you can flow down the road here a little easier, but not the dirt path. He's just not very happy with that dirt path, huh? Alright, well, I'll tell you what. You know what? Let's do this. Let's unload. Doop. There. You guys, hopefully, yes you do, we can put some firepower on that hex next turn. So we're thinking ahead. We're thinking ahead. Alright, I think that's everybody. Right? Did we do everybody? Oh, we didn't move the battalion headquarters again. The thing I'm a little afraid of is, if we zoom out a little bit here, see his command radius, it's just not encompassing everybody. We'd like to move them up a little bit closer, so that way we're going to be able to cover when we get up to that hex there. So, I'm going to go ahead and take a little risk. Obviously, trouble. Now if we look at our we need to move one more hex. Damn. Problem is, if I move him into this hex, the enemy can target him, which we do not want to have happen. But I would like to get that hex. Let's see, where other support one? He's here, huh? So it looks like we'll have it covered by maybe this top half. If we're going to move him, though, we should move him one more time. Again, you bring him up too close, the enemy's going to have shots at him, so we don't want that to happen. So I think we'll just leave them there. I don't know. Let me know if you guys think that's a wise decision or not afterwards. Let me know. Alright, so I think we do have this truck here. Again, I think he has to stay on the road, though. Doesn't really help us. Can't not come over here. Yeah, you guys are just... That's cool. So if he tries to retreat now, problem is we've got several T-34s just sitting here waiting for us. We have a T-34 up here. We have at least, it looks like a SMG guards unit up there. So well defended, which we expected. We'll go ahead and end the turn. No, wait. Do have some trucks here. Again, I can move them up to try and get some vision, but these guys might just blow them to smithereens. And we don't need them blown to smithereens. Right now we're at 29 points. We're gaining some good points. We're outplaying them right now. Alright, let's go ahead and end the turn. Turn end. We'll go to the next turn. Turn 2 for the allied player. Let's see. So he shot at us. See? Reduced us. And we disrupted us. Shot us again. Reduced by 2. So this stupid scout car has caused a lot of damage. Alright, looks like our mortars decided... No, I'm sorry. SPW 250/9 shot at it. T-34 shot at our tank, no effect. Disrupted our tank again. Looks like his machine gun squad shot at us. No effect. No effect. Looks like he's got, what does he have down here? Motorcycle platoon. It was here, it moved over here. Aha, submachine gun platoon. And his T-34 is shooting. No effect, no effect. He moved somebody from here over here. Supplies. That's the guy we moved. 2 units are low on ammo. 2 units have become 2 of 5 recovered. So our 2 Panzers have recovered, and the others have not. So our attack with our mortar here had no effect. Alright, is he still disrupted? Do we know? Yes, he is still disrupted. That's not going to be good for him. So again, we wouldn't know that information if we had more Fog War on, but what we're going to do is we're going to assault in there, and we're going to really double whammy him. We're going to jump you. Oh, you. Jump in there. There we go. Assault. Resolve that bad boy. Alright, defenders have been forced to retreat. That is awesome. We didn't even have enough firepower to do an attack, or we keep our position, keep those points for, again, defensive fire. If he brings more units over, I think we shall do that. Alright, so we got a little issue going up here with these tanks. We need to do something about these tanks. And we know his other vehicle went down here somewhere. So, let's bring... looks like he's got enough action points to defensive fire. He's got enough action points to defensive fire. So I bring this guy around, he might take a shot at us, which it would not be good. This is a little flamethrower tank. Doesn't have very thick armor. Probably will be taking guys out. So we don't want that. So, let's see where you can go. So you can go into this hex here, then into this hex. Okay. Now, do you have enough? You do have enough. No effect. Wow, forced him to retreat even farther. I've noticed this guy's used up all of his action points, but that's okay because we got other guys. And you guys, thank you, move. Really? You can't go into that hex. Insufficient action points. What if we double time? Can we go in there? Ah! Alright. Oh, this game is so much fun. I really like this game. This is, should we move a guy up into that hex so we can kind of monitor what he's doing? Or, again, do we leave? I think we'll just leave them both in the back. Alright, so we need to take care of these guys. Let's see. We have one in there. We have one in there. Alright, so Tiger tanks. No, not disrupted. So that will be full firepower, point blank range. Reduced us by one and disrupted us. That's not good. But now he's done. Because we'll use our leader and our tank. Not our disrupted one. We should be able to disrupt that guy. Force him to retreat. Let's move up there. So we want to make a breakthrough so we can get some of our other units. Alright, we're going to load this bad boy back on the truck. Oops, I've just stuck both of them, I bet. Load. There we go. Alright, start moving. That way. We gotta get those stupid little scout cars. They're gonna come back and bite me in the butt. I just know it. I just know they are. Alright. We don't have anything back here to protect our battalion headquarters either. So, alright. So, what do we have here? We have a village, we got a suburb, we got a city. We know there's bad guys in there. So we want to get these mortar guys unloaded sometime this year. Where are you, mortar guys? Oh wait, we unloaded them already. Nope, we didn't unload them. So let's save enough action points and see where can you go. There we go. Now unload. There we go. Now, what do you have vision with? Alright, you have to move. We have to get you over to these hexes. Okay, so move. Can you go anywhere? Here? Nothing? Not enough action points. That's rather unfortunate. Alright. These guys here, though. Let's save enough to shoot and see. Can you guys... I can't come around all the way to the back side. I was hoping to get around the back. Range 1, 2, 3, 4. We could try to. This actually might be blocked by these trees. That's a T-34. This is a. Yeah, it's blocked. Okay. Okay. You guys, I'm going to leave these guys. They're in a good position. They got vision. I'm going to use these guys as defensive fire, I believe. Alright, so you guys. Perfect. Alright, you guys move into that hex. You guys move into this hex. I'm going to leave these guys available with opportunity fire. These guys we're going to leave. We're not going to move the battalion headquarters anymore. Alright, is that it for turn 3? Yeah, these stupid guys down here. Hopefully they'll just stay out of command forever. Alright, let's take a look at our status. Victory. Still a draw. We've taken some losses now. We lost 6 points. Or, yeah, 6 stacking points. So that's not good. We had quite an advantage, but he's caught up there. Took out a few of our tanks, unfortunately. See, we're down to 1 tank here and 2 tanks, so I think that guy's still at full. Alright, we'll go on to the end of the turn. Next turn. Turn 3. Oh my god, he did it again. This stupid little... disrupted us with this T-34. Defensive fire and forced him to retreat. Oh, he has... Oh, look at that. He's got a leader in that hex with him. Shot at us, no effect. Guard, submachine gun, no effect. We have shot at him. No effect. Looks like his T-34 shot at us. Oh, actually, that was us. That was our Tiger hitting his T-34. We reduced it and forced it to retreat. Aha! These guys out. Unfortunately, we don't have anybody line of sight to him. Looks like there's more guys. More guys. At one headquarter, a total of 3 units recovered, which is good. 3 out of 5 is always a good number. It's more than 50%. Alright, it looks like we might be able to move our tanks forward another space and open the path up here, maybe. We'll see. Is this guy disrupted? He is still disrupted, so unfortunately I don't think we can get our units in there to... Yep, not enough action points. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll eliminate them with our awesome machine gun squad. Excellent. Now, can you guys move... you know what? You guys go back this way and find that stupid scout car and take him out. Where is he? Is he in this X? Is he in this X? Damn it, I lost him. I think he's in one of these 2 hexes somewhere. Alright, you guys are disrupted. You're no help. No help at all. Are you disrupted? You are disrupted. Alright, so we don't want to do anything with him. Do we have line of sight? Probably these trees block it, so we won't be able to shoot these guys unless we move out. We move out. You could have other units that can shoot at us. We could move into the forest hex and adjacent to them, but it's going to cost more movement points. Let's see. Can we actually save our movement points? Yeah. See, if we move in the forest, we got not enough to fire. Moving into the forest with vehicles is movement point intensive. Alright, we'll keep them on the road. Perfect. You guys are gonna die. Yes, you are. Right. T-34 has been illuminated, and no effect on the captain, though. That's good. That's good. Oh, Excellent. Another T-34 eliminated. No effect. Alright, so that is actually very, very good. Now, we want to move you so that you can be way away from there, but still direct access to it. So now we want to do, I think it was 4 hexes. So we want to get through right there. Alright, so you go, and we want to leave enough to unload. Yep. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can make it right there, that would be wonderful. Small, special. I won't be able to do it this turn, but hopefully from now on, with some help from his friends, he will be able to I'm just moving him up to help protect. Hopefully he'll be able to bomb that location continuously. Again, we have an empty truck. We're just going to bring him up for vision. Let's just get away from him. Now, is our command radius, that's the next thing we should have looked at, was our command radius. Oh, look at that. Almost like I know what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hexes. We should remember that. 8 hexes. Excellent. Alright. Have you recovered? You are still disrupted. Let's see. Let's bring you back to the headquarters. No? Are you going to scan the road too? No? Closer to enemy? How is this closer to the enemy? From here to here? Okay, if you say so. I don't believe you, but okay. Alright, so let's move our Puma. That X. I have a feeling he's going to have something in here. We don't know what it is. We don't see it yet. Is it worth risking bringing him up? I think it is. Units cannot move through existing terrain. Oh, is this... It's a rubble. So that can only be captured by infantry. So there can't be a vehicle in there. That's good to know. Alright, so that is good. Now, our southern flank. Oh, our southern flank. This is also a rubble hex, so it has to be captured by... Rubble hex. Has to be captured by infantry or a vehicle that can go into rubble, which I believe a Puma can, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Anyways, let's move our mortar unit. Good lord, will you get moving? Alright, vision again from here. Alright, so anything 1 over from that. Okay, so where can you go to? Yes, you can go there. Go there. Thank the Lord. Yeah, I guess I could have probably wasted a turn there. So I'm not loading, unloading vehicles and trucks. Not one of my specialties. Alright, but now he's in position to just continue just lobbing in there. Psh, 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 turn after turn after turn until they all become disrupted. Then we'll move our units up there and oh, can't shoot because of that. Alright, what about you? You can shoot though. And no shot back. No effect again. Yeah, thanks for playing. Alright, you guys move here. Retreat on him. Pretty soon he's going to end up back home. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we were there. So that's very good. Now, again, we know this is infantry in a rubble, so we've got our Tiger tank selected. So is it really worth... hello? Oh, I have to have just the Tiger tank selected. There we go. Sorry. Is it worth trying to attack the infantry? Because you can clearly see I mean, he's got some pretty good firepower, but he's best used against armor. So what we're going to do is just leave him available if anybody comes into view. Now this guy, or where's our other dude? This guy, he would be awesome. Our Puma tank. What's his claim to fame here, Puma? Actually, he's pretty good against, not bad. I mean, you know, not terrible for, not so good against infantry, though. Just not a lot of firepower. About 6, 5, 4. Not tremendous, not horrible, but not great either. But I think we have done a good job of eliminating most of his potential move in there, put tank in there, and how are we doing on our victory? 65. We're almost at least a minor victory already, and we're at pretty close to getting a few points here. We don't know. I mean, there could be units in here we don't know about yet. We just have to get some infantry up here because I don't think he can go in that. Yeah, the unit cannot move through existing terrain. So we need to get our infantry up there. So you know what? Let's start moving this guy up there. And can you support, or do we want to leave this guy? Oh, you gotta click on him. That would help. Or I can actually bring this guy maybe across. Yeah, let's do that. Unfortunately, well, I'm hoping this guy will take care of whatever that stupid scout unit back there. Alright, I think, is that everybody? I think that's everybody. We are having a blast. Campaign series, folks. Hopefully you're enjoying this at home. Shots? Oh no, what? His stupid scout car again. God damn that thing. Alright, reduce this by 1 and force retreat. There we go. Alright, so we know what's in there now. Oh, he disrupted us. And then we shot. But no, it shot at us. We shot back and disrupted it. We reduced by 1 and disrupted it. Oh, first retreat. That was awesome. Okay, the stupid little scout car went here. It's probably headed. Oh, it is! God damn it! I knew that scout car was going to come back to haunt me. And now he's moving his leader all the way around because I used up all my points. 1 unit disrupted out of 4. So that was not a good result there. All right, your stupid scout car needs to die. Sure, we will put that in there. And machine gun platoon. Should we add him as well? Sure, let's add him as well. Resolve that assault. Damn, no effect. Really? Oh, you sorry, sorry suckers. All right, come back this way. Alright, did you recover? No, you're still disrupted. Cannot move closer to enemy. Okay, whatever. Alright, now, since we spent all of that time getting our poor little mortar over here, we now have direct fire on this guy. So we can start launching our attacks. Oh, look at that. Reduced by 2 and disrupted him right off the bat. That was awesome. Oh, we eliminated him. That was incredibly good. Can I move this guy into that hex? Oh, we can. Can you move into this hex? You can too. What? Really? We'll take that hex. That's a 50-pointer. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Let's look at our victory status now. Alright, we're already in a minor victory. 98. Working up to our 150. Now we know we had disrupted that boy. So let's move in there and take that one back. Alright, you guys. You know what? I'm going to take the Puma and just put him up there to help secure if he comes this way. These two guys here can, I think, take care of this mess over here. Oh yeah, just by one retreated. And, can we get in there? Go, go, guys, go, go. No, no, you don't have enough action points. But I'll tell you what, you do. Oh, you're disrupted. Ah, that's too bad. Oh, wait, we still have another tank. Can you make it? You can. Yay! Alright, so we just have to get this point back. We've got 3 units. Should be able to hopefully take out these scout cars and this captain or corporal or whatever the hell he is up there. We're going to find that out here shortly, though. Alright, and let me zoom down here to make sure. Oh, we got our unit here, which, oh my god. Let's load them back up. All this guy's done is load and unload. Down this way as far as you can. I'm actually going to put it inside that bubble. If, let's look at our vision. Yeah, if we can put them in there, or maybe even here. Yeah, that would even be a better spot, I think. Okay, so we'll try and move them into that. You guys move up here and assault into that hex while they're defenseless. Resolve the assault. Defenders has been captured. Yeah, baby. All right, you in there and there. Can you go up here? We are like totally up in business now. Let's bring our battalion headquarters up there. That'll be as funny as the rest of the game right there. Alright. We are doing well. I have a feeling we're doing good. We're doing good. Now, of course, he's going to have a massive counterattack coming somewhere along the lines. We haven't taken too many losses. Let's take a look one more time. We're a major victory. 232 points. That's what I'm talking about right there, folks. 232. So now we just have to hunker down, secure these positions, find out where good defensive locations. He's probably going to be bringing some units across here, maybe some units in this way, maybe some units from the south. I'm not sure. So we want to secure. That's why I left the Puma back here for some vision. Get these trucks out here. Look for enemies to approach. Put our mortar unit probably in here. Maybe even put them in here. So anybody coming this way, we can try to mortar them. So that's where we're going to go with him. Ooh, that might even be, yeah. This is probably better. Put our mortar unit there, so we could try to do some mortaring down there if need be. Okay. We don't have to worry too much about losing our truck values at this point now. Alright, we just have to get this point back and we will have a total decisive victory. Alright, turns. We're done with that turn. Shot of this, no effect. We retaliated. Ah, excellent. We eliminated his stupid little scout car. That's like his MVP so far, scout car. He's firing his motorcycle platoon at my Panzer tank. Not a good choice, guys. Not a good choice. We shot back. He decides to come up closer. We shoot at him again. Oh, there comes his tank back. That's why we want to have all our defensive attacks. We have some. leader went in there. We're gonna assault that leader here. Well, this leader said, "I'm out of here. Goodbye." Where are you gonna go, dude? Oh, you're gonna go there. Good choice. Yeah, that's a real good choice. Whoa! What the hell was that? That was a long shot, I think. Nobody recovered, and one headquarter was unable to provide support. All right. Well, anyways, let's do the easy. Gather that. All right. Now you guys go there, and I can't shoot it because of that. Really? You guys go there. Nothing. It's rather unfortunate. Alright. Have you recovered from disruption yet? No, you're still... This guy spent the whole game in disruption. Go there. See if that platoon can make you happy. Alright, so we do need to move this guy here, but I think we're just going to move him. Right? You. Move. Yes, just move him. I'm not going to worry about spending the time to load them in the trucks. Not going to do it. Alright, can you guys make it here? You guys. Make it here. Thank you. I want to keep our Tiger to be able to defensive fire. I want to keep her... Oh, wait. We got a dude over here. Can I shoot him? Alright, I want to keep our Tiger tanks. Oh yes, we want to move this guy up here. Alright, that's fine. Alright, bring in rifle squad there. I just want you, and I want you and you. You, and that. Okay. So no sense in leaving our tanks in there. I'm going to bring them out for the defensive wall. We're going to have a defensive wall right here. So if they come across... I know I've seen some vehicles already. I have a feeling something will come from the south here. But this guy can come down this way and help the Puma if need be. And we've got quite a few. We got a guy back here. We got our mortar almost up. We got our other mortar almost up. Turrets are going to start flying by now. Runs, retreated. One unit undisrupted, recovered well. Let's check. So one guy coming back. Good. Alright, so what has he got in here? He's got a motorcycle platoon with an assault value of 9. That's a lot of guys. We have to disrupt them first. So first things first is unload. Oops, before I forget. Can you bomb them? Nope. Shoot. Can I just move you then? Can I cancel your bomb? No? Alright. Alright, what if I locate him? If I locate you? That's... Alright, well then I guess what we'll do is we'll just shoot you. Sure. Eliminated it. Okay. You. Shoot it. Alright. We don't want to assault the hex. Because if we do, we'll just end up getting bombed. We don't want that. You shoot him. You. Right. I know you. There you are. What? You. Shoot. Oh my god, how hard is it to kill one dude? Have you recovered? You recovered. Oh my god. This is like Captain Heroic here or something. Alright, you guys are here. You. Move. There we go. What's kind of vision? Yeah. Okay, good vision. Good. Alright, so now we just play the defensive game now and just wait and hold on to our points. Let's see how we're doing one more time here. Victory. Ah, look at that. 272. That's like double what we need. That's awesome. We're on a roll now. Alright, so right now all we have to do is just hunker down and wait. Okay, so several units coming across here. This little guy, I can't believe he's making a break for it. Like, literally, it's like the mice running underneath the elephants, you know? It's the mouse ran underneath all the elephant's legs and scurried away. I can't believe he made it. He was just like, shoo, I'm going to get out of here. One unit recovered out of one unit. So every one of our units. Oh, and there's our fire results. Yes, great. Now, stop with the firing. You, go there. Thank you. Trucks, yeah, I don't care about you. Just hold on. You guys hold on there. Everybody hold on. You just watch that position in the back. And we're not going to do anything. We're just going to play defensive. We're going to do what they were doing. We are just... Wow. That was some bad shooting, boys. There we go. Disrupted them and reduced them by 1. Fine. Guess what? We're done. What? Holy cow. He's got an IS-2M 1914 heavy tank. Took out one of our Tigers and disrupted him. That's not good. Oh, and he's bringing guys to the south here. No effect on that shot. Question is he going to have enough to take over? Oh, yeah, he just ran our trucks. That's going to give him some free points. 2 headquarters unable to revive survive. What? And our Pinzer did not recover, by the way. Which one? Was it this guy or this guy? It was this guy up here. He did not recover. That's all right. We're just going to bring these guys down there. That guy up there, so he's in with the leader. That should provide some pretty decent fire support there. You guys get in there. No sense of being out in the middle of nowhere. Our little over here. In case anybody comes up this way, but I don't want you out there. Now our victory total went down that time because he took out our tanks. Or I'm sorry, our trucks, and he did take out a tank. That's not good. But now we're just playing the defensive game. Ooh, man, that IS-2 is nasty. Look at that thing. Attack just as much as our defense, and we've been disrupted again. We disrupted his IL-2 with our Tiger, which is good. Still bringing more guys. Where's there's this little mouse, the leader. No units recovered. Great. Alright. Can you attack him? That's it, huh? That's all you got for me? Trucks, just get the hell out of there. So give him victory points. Did you recover? Nope, you're still disrupted. You guys, you can see him though, right? It says he can't, because he's crossing that hill right there. Which means he can always see these hexes here, so probably I should move my tiger. There. Now he won't be able to see Jack. I mean, he can shoot at our infantry units. That's fine. Go ahead, shoot at our infantry units. But that leaves our tanks available to shoot anybody that's coming up. Or he's going to have to move up. When he moves up into a better position to shoot us, we should have some defensive fire on him, strategy-wise and tactics-wise. I don't know if our mortar would do jack, but you know what? We're going to... What the heck? He's not going to do anything else. Might as well. Oh, hey, we got another one over here somewhere. There he is. You. Oh, you can actually see him, so you can attack him. Alright. This is like a long shot thing, but yeah, you never know. I don't see any infantry right now, so that's a problem. So, I mean, we might as well... Actually, I should have done the mortar on this thing now that I think about it. Oh well. Live and learn. Go on the next turn. We're going to be done here. See, I knew I wanted to move that truck out of there. Here's my one and disrupted. That's an IS-2 again. Woo. Now he comes up. There we go. Eliminated him. And disrupted him with another shot. Of course, we can fine-tune our defensive fire a little better, too, as well. Panzer IV shot with no effect. Time to close the retreat on his IS-2. That's good. Still trying to not get yourself. There we go. 3 units recovered. Here goes our mortar attack. Yeah, again, mortar, might as well, I don't know, let's try this one. Maybe we can take out his, oops, mortar, you. Sure, let's take out his trucks. Ah, yeah, we got some mortars. Treated him again. Alright, that's cool. You? I don't know, we're, target that hex, sure. That sounds like a plan. Did you recover? You did recover. You guys recovered. You guys recovered. These guys down at the bottom. Looks like he's got just one T-34 left. Not going to be enough to break through our defenses. No way. Yeah, this is going to be a big time victory. Uh-oh. Damn truck. And he's shooting at our battalion too. IS-2 is firing again. Ooh, Panzer IV took it out. Bam! Goodbye. Another one of his IS-2s reduced and disrupted us. Another attack. There we go. He's my one disrupted him. Oh, he's going to make a break. He's trying to pile in the middle here now. Oh, that's a bad move. There we go. Lots of tank action going on. 3 units undisrupted recovered out of 3, so everybody's yep, no mortar attack there again. Yeah, I don't see any need to move anything, and we'll just keep all of our fire for defensive fire purposes. The only thing I would think about moving would be this guy, but I think he's moved his units out of there. Let's just go on to the next turn. Oh, I forgot to move an infantry. Alright, he shot at our T-34. Or, I'm sorry, the shot with the T-34. Oh no, what did he do there? He disrupted us. Okay. Another shot. Laser no effect. Tiger no effect. IS-2 no effect. 81 millimeter no effect. Brings his T-34 up to close point blank range, and he lived through the first attack. He retreated in the second attack. Brings up his other one. And big old blast in the face for death. One artillery, one unit disrupted, recovered out of one. So everybody's recovering really good. They're making all of their checks. We're well within our command radius of our headquarters. You can see here. If we bring that up, what was that key number? That was W. So we'll hit the old W key. See, everybody's well within. Well, we got a couple trucks out there we don't care about. Everybody's in their command radius, so they should be getting supplies and all that good stuff. All right, again, victory 298, almost exactly double what we need. That's pretty good, I think. We could take a shot at this guy. One shot. What do you think? One shot? Obviously, the advantage is if I can take him out with our attacks. Obviously, the advantage is he doesn't get his 100 points to shoot at us. So, you know what? We'll take a couple shots. It didn't work out, but, you know. We forced his retreat. And there's a lot of tanks burning wrecks right now. This is his last chance. And that was the end of the scenario. And once again, 298 points for the Axis. We had lost 14 strength points for a total of 52 points to the negative. They had lost 34 strength points for a total of 150 point losses. Of course, we have all of the objectives, which again is 200 points there. And in all in total, 298 was our grand total for the scenario. So there you go. Let's see if we can, we can zoom around and check out the rest of the scenario here. See where we ended up. Looks like he has a T-34 here, and I think he had, I can't quite scroll over, there we go. Looked like one of these IS-12s up there. I know he had a, oh yeah, here's another one here, another T-34. He just didn't have enough infantry to bring back in to capture these objectives back from us. So I think our strategy of getting in there before his reinforcements obviously helped. But of course, it all comes down to planning and execution. Planning your attacks, seeing what hexes you can go into, see what has vision to what. We knew this was going to be a big infantry fight here because there was not much range. Obviously, having our units get in there and disrupting them and causing some major damage right off the bat, and then pushing it back. If it wasn't for a stupid little scout car that did a lot of damage, we would have really done well here. Our plan of trying to come up here and cutting across with our tanks obviously wasn't the best plan. We got stopped here, took a few losses. He took a few losses, but it took us a couple turns to actually break through that. I wasn't planning on him having too many units way up the front lines here. I thought they would be more back. I thought we could get a breakthrough, so that was a good surprise. But we finally fought through it after a couple turns and were able to get our units our mortar units. I thought the mortar units were going to play more apart, but the one time our mortar unit finally down here, once our mortar unit finally got unloaded, he did a great shot, disrupted the unit and caused two step losses and caused them to retreat, which opened that hex up for us to move into. So that was good. So really like campaign series. Now that I understand what I'm doing, and I'm just trying to help you guys, if you're not familiar or just learning the game, or thought you had tried it but you didn't like it because you couldn't understand what was going on, and I'm just trying to help out and show you guys a few things. And eventually this time we hid the units, and then each time we play another scenario we'll make it slightly harder, slightly harder, slightly harder until we have all the stuff off, so it's we have no information on the units, and we just have to use our battle strategies to outthink and out-tactic them. So whew, that was a fun little scenario. I like that one a lot. That's pretty good. You got some nice powerful units to play with, but there's some areas and some strategies where you got some infantry are just as important as your tanks, and I'm an infantry guy over tanks. If I had a choice, I would use infantry over tanks all the time. I just like that mechanic better, as opposed to just running around with a whole bunch of different kinds of tanks. I like having a combined arms, I guess is the best way to put it, with infantry being just as important as tanks, which is just as important as mortars, which is just as important as machine gun units and all that. So I do enjoy this game a lot. So I would like to get the new campaign series game that's out there on the old Matrix website. Of course, they just released the Middle East 1948 to 1985 or 86, I think is the title of it. So if you're interested in this game, you want to see a more up-to-date game with some more fancier units. They got helicopters and all kinds of units in that. So you definitely go to the Matrix Games website and check that out. So hopefully this has been a help for you guys. And thanks for joining me. We'll see you guys next time.